Well, hello and welcome to day 5 in the 2012 Men's European Handball Championship. My name's Paul Brain. Welcome to the Pioneer Arena in Belgrade. And it's the final round of games for the teams in this Group A, but we already know the 3 teams that will go through to the main round. Serbia, the hosts, top the group. They've beaten Poland and Denmark in 2 tough encounters, and their match later today against Slovakia has no meaning really other than Slovakian pride and Serbia turning the bench maybe. But this match coming up next though is Denmark against Poland, and this does have significance. Both these teams lost against Serbia, and therefore the result of this match is the one that will be carried into the main round for them, and both will be anxious to make sure that they take 2 points into the next phase. Otherwise their chances of making it through to the semi-final will be heavily dented. There's confirmation of the upcoming game. Later on we will have for you the Serbia against Slovakia match with all the passion that comes with it. The crowd have been incredible here supporting their team and have been rewarded with maximum points for Serbia going into the next round. And so against Slovakia today they can turn the bench a bit, but there's no idea that they're going to make it soft on them. They want to go out with a big win. There's confirmation that Serbia are top with a maximum 4 points and a +6 goal difference. Poland and Denmark 2 points apiece, and Slovakia at the bottom out of the competition. Today will be their last match in Euro 2012. Lots of Polish supporters have made the trip. And now these are the referees for today from Iceland. Now the anthem of Poland. Great passion and a sea of red and white in the background. Mind you, it could be either team. And lots of Polish supporters. And now the anthem of Denmark. Well, Denmark silver medalists at the World Championships last year, in desperate need of points here today, but they're up against a team who need them equally badly. And this should be an intriguing encounter, absolutely crucial for both these teams going into the main round. Qualification is fine, but you need the points. For Poland then, look out for Bartosz Jurecki. The line player's been on great form. Karol Bielecki, when he's been brought on the left back, has also been very impressive. But Gregor Tkaczyk, the captain, has led by example playing at the back and really tried to drive the attacks forward. And much is going to depend on him and his link up with both Bielecki and Jurecki on the line. And there is Bielecki, 698 goals in 169 appearances. He lost an eye in a dreadful accident 2 years ago in a friendly match against Croatia. Many thought that was his career over, but he came back within months. Denmark, they've had a few problems at the back. Markussen hasn't delivered the promise that they thought earlier on. And with a relative newcomer, Lauga, in the centre, they've brought in Bo Spelleberg overnight. They had only named 15 players to start with and had the option to call in an extra player. And they brought in the very experienced playmaker. Mikael Hansen didn't fire up in the first game, the number 24 with the headband there, but he did finally get going in the second match, even though they did go to lose to Serbia. But 5 goals for him, and hopefully that's him up and running Denmark will certainly be hoping, but it'll help to have Bo Spellerberg, who wasn't named originally because he's had a groin injury, but the coach, Ulrik Wilbek, feels that he's better now. Bogdan Venta, he's had his fair share of injuries to worry about. He's lost Marcin Lievski, the brother of the man he's speaking to there in the picture. Both play at right back, but he does give an extra dimension. Playmaker Roshinski also unavailable. Tomczak, the left winger, and also quite importantly Slavomir Žmal, their goalkeeper, with a knee injury. Ulrik Wilbek for Denmark, well, he lost his line players, first and second choice, Nudesborn Knudsen. So he's got in the Toft Hansen brothers instead. But Landin there, the goalkeeper for Denmark, has had a great start to the competition. He's become the #1 for Denmark since Kasper Hvidt retired after Euro 2010. And we even have a few Norwegian supporters trying to support their Scandinavian neighbours. And so Denmark get the match underway, playing in the all-white strip from right to left. Poland in the all-red. So Poland start up with a 6-0 defence. It's a very powerful defence. They've got a few specialists in amongst them trying to plug the gaps. Hansen in the centre. Lauger has started at the left-back position, into the wing. Very close angle, the goalkeeper committed himself. Dihere went wide. And Svan Hansen, who's barely played in the competition so far, gets his first goal of the game, and indeed of the competition. That's Svan Hansen. Little handshake, that's a tradition at the beginning of the game when they come face to face. Svan Hansen plays for Flensburg in the German Bundesliga together with Mogensen and Eggert. Several of the Danish players have been exiles in either Germany or Spain over the years. Oh, where was the defence? Tkachik all the way through, but Landin pulls off a fantastic save. Lauger playing strangely at the left-back position. Hansen, that's more like it. That's what the Danes are used to seeing from the back player. Great effort, 332 goals for him in his 72 appearances. That'll calm nerves early on there for Ulrik Wilbek. Got a warning for Toft Hansen, René Toft Hansen. The older of the two brothers, both play for the same club in the same position at HG Copenhagen on the line. Well, that's what they needed, get themselves going without too much delay. Michal Jurecki. Bartosz Jurecki, I beg your pardon. Giving it to the wrong brother. Dihere, though, meanwhile beaten in a quick exchange. Gone into the side netting. There's a chance for the Danes. So slow build up for the Poles. They've got Mariusz Jurkiewicz at the right back position. Tkachik is the playmaker. Interesting that Jurkiewicz starts ahead of Lievski. Tkachik, no one came up to him. Flat defence, and they pay the price. So Lauger drops back into his central role and allows Michael Hansen to take his more favoured left-back position. Søndergaard over on the other side for Denmark against his 6-0 defence. Not a particularly hard shot. Oh, the rebound picked up by Toft. No one was there. Well, a comfortable goal for him. Bit of a giveaway, unfortunately. So 3-2 to Denmark. It's very close here. Both teams fully conscious of the significance of this game. They need points to take into the next round. Going in with 0 points with only 3 games remaining when you play the 3 teams that qualify into your group from the other half won't be enough, I'm afraid, for a semi-final. Oh, into the line. What a shame. The line player was free. Eggert releases the ball unfairly, surely. A long delay before the Icelandic referees blow. The foul by Jurkiewicz. Just grabbed Eggert, pulling him back from behind. So 4 minutes played, already 5 goals here in Belgrade in the Pioneer Arena, which will also be one of the 2 venues for the main round. Teams qualifying from this group will stay here, but for the semis and the finals they'll move to the 20,000-seater Belgrade Arena. Hansen over the top. Now back come Poland, streaming down. The Danes falling into defence, still a chance, into the line again. He's marked out. 2 passes to the line are gone baying now. Ah, great save by Vihere, the 31-year-old keeper from Wisła Płock. Stands his ground and moves at the last second. 72 caps for the Polish goalkeeper, the most experienced of the 2. Of course, they are without Sławomir Żmal, the legendary keeper who's played nearly 300 internationals for Poland and was there when they took that silver medal at the World Championships in 2007. Only 6 players remain from the Polish team of that day, and Jurkiewicz levels things up. 3-3. Free throw. A little bit of a warning on both sides there. Bartosz Jurecki getting a little bit anxious, but also Mikkel Hansen holding his arm down deliberately to make it look like a foul, and locks the defender's arm in. Now, these 2 teams have played together in the World Championships already a year ago in the main round. It was 28-27 to Poland on that occasion, so still close. Oh, Lauga! Couldn't be easier. Kuczynski sold the dummy, he moved out too quickly, and Lauga could just cruise through a space big enough to drive a bus through. 6 minutes played, it's 4-3. And if you look at the records though, other than the World Championships last year when Denmark just edged it, you have to go right back to Euro 2008 when they last played in official competition, and on that occasion Denmark won big time, 36-26. On their way to taking gold medal. They were bronze medalists, 3 European Championships running, until finally in 2008 they came good and they beat Croatia. Landing deflects it away. The referees have just stopped play briefly, and we've got a yellow card. Mats Christiansen, the defence specialist, picks up a yellow. And interesting, Mats Christiansen, who has been used in defence only so far, is being favoured at right back. 39 caps, 86 goals, relatively inexperienced. So Wilbeck trying different combination. Didn't try this so far in the last 2 games with those 3 across the back. Vihere saves nicely. Back come Poland on a phase 2 attack. Danes quickly back into defence now though. Tkaczyk, oh, through the legs of the keeper. He hung in the air. Shot as he was coming down, that's his second. And it's going pretty fast out here. Faster than a goal a minute. Fast break chance here. The wingers are gone, but they're both covered. And quite rightly, the Poles decide to bring the ball back slowly and walk it up the court. Now, these 2 teams also played in a friendly tournament just 10 days ago, 4 Nations tournament in Denmark. Denmark also just edged it on that occasion, 31-30. So they know each other inside out. Secret weapon for the Danes could be bringing in Bo Spelleberg, who's a good left back but plays as a playmaker. And called in yesterday into the Danish squad. He had travelled out with them. They were hoping he'd be fit to play. And that may be behind why Ulrik Wilbeck only named 15 at the beginning of the competition, to give himself that option if necessary, were there injuries or players not quite up to scratch. And Markusson, and you can't blame him, he's only 23 with 13 caps, a new player in the team, has not really settled in his first major competition, although he was coming good a couple of days ago, a little bit towards the end. But Wilbeck deciding to bring in some experience. Looking to the line, and another yellow card. And this time it's Kasper Nielsen, another one of the defence specialists, a long-standing veteran of the Danish team, although he ironically missed their gold medal in Euro 2008 with a groin injury. missed the competition. That won't count, too many steps on the lead in anyway, but they'll come back for a free throw. So they've now had their 3 yellow cards, Denmark. Any further sanctions and it will automatically have to be a 2-minute suspension. Good defence by Hansen. Stayed with him all the way around. Passive plays being warned in a rather weak effort straight down the middle there. Given away cheaply and back come Denmark. Hansen ambles up slowly as Lauger races into the left back position. Let's switch in. René Toft Hansen moving into space on the line. His younger brother Henrik Toft Hansen called into the squad at the last minute after Knudesbo, I beg your pardon, was injured already, but then Knudsen got injured in that Four Nations tournament 10 days ago, and he was in. Good save by Vihere again. He's had a good start to the game, the Polish goalkeeper. Into the line, penalty. Well, a little recrimination there. Bartosz Jurecki looks up to Nielsen and goes, that's not too good, is it? You're going to injure me doing that kind of thing. Little shove in the back, but the problem wasn't so much for Kasper Nielsen he was looking at. It's Mikkel Hansen who gave him the shove to give away the penalty. So Niklas Landing, the 23-year-old who plays for Bjerringbro Silkeborg, faces up to Tomasz Kluszynski. Almost casual Kluszynski. Drops it underneath Landing the moment he picked up his foot. Dropped it underneath. There was no real drive, no explosion from Niklas Landing. It almost gifted him the shot. So Hansen waiting very wide. Quick call into the wing. And Venter's right behind trying to translate for him. Eggert's gone in on the line as a second line player for Denmark. Lauger. Hansen's waiting to drive in and use the line players. The gap's there. He hesitated. Lauger takes it in the end and scores. Second goal for the 20-year-old. And Denmark switch now from a 6-0 defence, it seems, to a 5-1, briefly at least. Anyway, Mads Christiansen slots back into his number 2 spot on the right-hand side as Bartosz Jurecki goes ambling behind looking for some space. Jaszka into the frame. The playmaker shifts to the right now. Jurkovic is in the centre. Oh, he's taken a knock. And just wait and see if a substitution is going to be needed. Kwiatkowski is up, the line player. And there's some of the Danish supporters. So René Toft Hansen looks on at the referee to see what's going to happen, and the answer is Kasper Nielsen's going to be sent off. 2-minute suspension. He caught him high, and I'm afraid anything around neck height will get you automatically sent off. We'll see it again here. And he did catch him very high. Bit of a clumsy effort. And so now the Polish wingers will go deep. They'll try and stretch the Danish defence and open up the holes. And if the Danes want to stay in the middle, then they'll try and spread the ball out to the wings very quickly. Cuts out the back player altogether, but the defence moves in quickly to cover. Oh, well, why wait for the subtlety when you've got brute force on your side as Michal Jurecki launches a missile from the back. And once more, Poland take the initiative. Well, mindful that both these teams have had very close encounters the last 2 times they've met. Both had to qualify for the European Championships. Only the host nation, defending champion, qualified by right. Poland came through Group 3, winning ahead of Slovenia, Portugal and the Ukraine. The top 2 teams in each of those groups coming through to these European Championships. Denmark were top of Group 7, ahead of Russia, who went through with Belarus and Switzerland. Build up. Oh, little dummy all the way through. That was cleverly done. And Thomas Mogensen, who's just come on, been brought on to inject a bit of pace at a time when they're short-handed. Defence pushed up and he just went around with a bit of help from Toft on the line, putting the block on for him. Nice little screening move, but still it's a power play situation for Poland. They've only managed 1 goal though during that time. Into the wing, not enough space still. Yashka has to come out again, and they're taking too long over this, and I think the crowd are getting a little bit anxious, and a poor pass to the line. Knee height, fumbled. And 3 times now Poland have had opportunities with the free line player just waiting for the ball. And poor pass, or the line player not connecting with it. And the Polish supporters getting a little bit impatient with their team, who are not quite up and rolling yet, I'm afraid. But still somehow managing to hang on. 6-6, mostly through some good, tough defending at the moment. Lauger, Hansen, Mogensen. Into the wing. Well, they were trying to drag the defence in. That's gone into the side netting. No trouble for the 31-year-old Vihere. Tries to turn and go through, no way through there for Jurecki. He'll come back. It's a free throw. He's fouled by Toft on the way through. Kuczynski drops in on the wing, the 28-year-old who plays for Vivek Kielce, current leaders in the Polish league. Club also coached by Bogdan Wenta, although surprisingly they missed out last year on the Polish title. Pipped in the final by arch rivals Wisła Płock. And again the crowd getting impatient, and in the end Bartosz Jurecki delivers. Is it Mikal? I beg your pardon. Jurecki delivers. Veteran of 3 World and 3 European Championships, and also the Beijing Olympics. Bartosz Jurecki, that's his second. 7-6, incidentally, Denmark are back to full strength. So Mogensen into the centre. Oh, he's got such an incredible shot on him, and Mogensen just blasted straight down the middle. Between the defenders and the goalkeeper, would only see that come at the last second. Caught napping. Still the Danes with a 6-0 defence. As Poland change line player, they bring in the very tall 2 meters and 8 Kamil Szybczak, just 20 years of age, newcomer to the team. He's shown no nerves so far when he's been brought on. And they've also brought on Bielecki, number 8. I must say he's remarkable, despite losing that eye a couple of years ago, still has amazing vision across the game. And it's just instinctive, you know it, because he knows where everyone is around him. Even to the left side, he can instinctively pass the ball, knowing that the wing is waiting for it there. And that just comes from years of playing and having a feel for the game. It's just all down to spatial awareness in handball, and slow build-up as Eggert comes around now to try and help. 2 line players in there, that should flatten things. Mogensen, Hansen looks to pass to the line, penalty. And Henrik Toft Hansen, who's just come on for his brother, gets the ball despite a lot of pressure. There's the pass, one-handed catch. And once he's got it, the defenders are not only inside the area, but they're holding him up anyway. There was no other choice for the referees but to give the penalty. And Eggert steps up to take it. Missed 2 against Spain, mind you. No mistake here. And Denmark edge in front again, to the delight of their small band of supporters. So Yashka asking the wingers to go deep. Szybczak, move, he says. You're in the wrong place. Bielecki, Yashka. Wholesale changes by the Polish team to try and re-inject a bit of pace into this attack. Bielecki. An attacker's foul. Yashka runs straight into the defence wall. And the clock has been stopped. The ball's disappeared off into the crowd on the right-hand side. Has to be brought back to the goalkeeper to take the throw. Poland lost 22-18 against Serbia on the opening day, while Denmark laboured to a 30-25 win over the Slovakian underdogs. And then on the second day of matches for them, Poland absolutely destroyed the Slovakians, 41-24, to give themselves a little bit of fillip after that opening day defeat. But Denmark were taken by surprise by the Serbs, beaten 24-22 to the delight of the home crowd. We saw their team qualified to go through to the main round with maximum 4 points. And these two teams now battling it out for the spoils. Szybczak comes back in again, not being used in defence, the number 23 for Poland. Plays for Wisła Plock. He's 116 kilos, 2 meters and 8, a bit like a beacon in the middle of the defence. Free throw for Poland. Wilbeck happy with the defence. They're keeping them a long way out, and passive play's got to come fairly soon. That's a shot, defending inside the area. And a mistake by Lasse Van Hansen, Flensburg-based winger. And so a chance from 7 meters for the Poles to level it. Here it is again, and you can see not only that, but Kasper Nielsen's also standing well inside the area. The Danish sandwich. Ah, saved! Kluszynski misses from the 7-meter line. Niklas Landing, he was very much the understudy to Kasper Witt at the World Championships in 2009 and Euro 2010. Cut his teeth at the World Championships last year and is having a good time here. Played very well against Spain despite the outcome. If you think about it, it was a relatively low-scoring game against Spain. I beg your pardon, against Serbia. I'm getting my countries mixed up. But conceded 24 goals. It's on the face of it. Could have been all right, but it's just that Denmark weren't scoring enough. Shooting efficiency wasn't there for them. But I think Kluszynski has given away the free throw. There's a little exchange there between Landing and Cleverly, still with his tracksuit top on, the other goalkeeper, who, as it happens, plays his club handball in Poland for the champions there, or the championship leaders, I should say, Vive Kielce. So he's well known to his opponents, and maybe that's why we won't see him there. And that's going to be a penalty and a 2-minute suspension. Kluszynski again in trouble, I think. But it's not him, it's Kluszynski. And there's the shot, but more than anything else, it was the barge by Kluszynski that got him into trouble. And save. Vihede waited, and Eggert misses his 3rd penalty of Euro 2012. They're not short of options for penalties, Denmark. They have 2 other outstanding penalty takers in Lars Christiansen and Hans Lindberg. They'll have to turn to them now, surely, just to be on the safe side. And a little word there for Ulrik Wilbeck, maybe getting a little too excited. Little hand off, Bielecki. Wrong side for him, right-handed, but it's an attacking foul anyway, and Poland get the free throw. They take it quick. Monson. Toft Hansen races into the line, but Poland have fallen back very quickly, and despite the extra player, Denmark happy to build up slowly as Kasper Søndergaard comes into the frame at right back. Hansen, he's got space, puts it into the wing, but Eggert can't do anything with it. He has to come back out again, and they need to get a few long-range shots going. Hansen looking a little shot shy at the moment. Now, that wasn't a great time to shoot. That's more like it. Søndergaard. Good height there, but taken in the air and shot before he landed. Beautiful play by the 30-year-old who plays for Skjern, and Denmark have a 2-goal lead and still 25 seconds left on their power play. Shot efficiency fairly evenly matched. Poland 58, Denmark 53%. Bielecki looks back again. Poland have brought in Zaremba into the frame. at right back, although he's in the centre just now. Bielecki. Yashka's gone into the centre. In the end, under pressure, they take a shot, goes straight into landing. Comfortable save for him. Hansen, as Poland get back to full strength, and Kwiatkowski races into position. So Denmark changed the left back now. Mikkel Hansen, who has been looking a little reluctant to shoot, not looking comfortable, is replaced by Nikolai Markussen, 23 years of age, 13 caps only. But a real find. He plays for Atletico Madrid in Spain. That's quite a coup to get signed by them at this stage of his career. And we've got a 2-minute suspension blow for Søndergaard, I think, and a rather reluctant Kwiatkowski goes off. Not quite sure what happened, but either way, Søndergaard was sent flying, holding his ribs. And the Danish fans happy with that, a 2-goal lead, and yet another power play for them. So there is Markussen, tallest player in the competition as well, 2 meters and 12. And a lot is expected of him, but it is his first major tournament, so they shouldn't be trying to put too much on his shoulders just now, especially when you've got players of the level of experience that you have in the rest of the squad. And they exploit the space on the wing very nicely. The ball quickly put out there, and Lasse Svan Hansen gets his second. And it's a 3-goal lead, and the team timeout has been called by Bogdan Venta. Just needs to make sure that Poland don't let go here. So he's trying to stay calm about this, but at the moment the problem for Poland is that they can't find any way through the Danish defence. There's not a lot of shooting going on at the back, but then that said, Denmark have a lot of depth in the defence. They're pushing up very quickly, they're getting up to the 9-metre line, and the back players are feeling they don't have enough movement, or space at least, to build up, and they're ending up going sideways rather than driving in. Even Bielecki, who's not shy of taking the odd shot, is moving to the centre, then right over to the right-hand side. It's almost as if he's bouncing off the front of the defence. And then, as they've dried up, the Danes have now managed to score 4 goals without reply, and a 7-6 lead for Poland has become a 7-10 deficit. Bilbek telling him, and if you don't do what I say, I'm going to slap you like this, and I'll slap you even harder. And then he's a lovely chap, Ulrik Bilbek, and he can get worked up during the game. He lives it passionately. He was a great coach with the Danish national women's team, took them to a couple of Olympic titles, and in fact European and world glory before retiring from international coaching. But with the men's team floundering back in 2005 after a disastrous world championship, he took over. He was asked to come back, and Denmark have really sailed back in. They came third at the World Championships in 2007, went one better last year in Sweden, where they lost out after extra time to France. It was desperately close. And of course a European Championship title in 2008 in Norway. And Denmark are now one of the big favourites in this tournament. Switch to a 5-1 defence, and again they're forced into these long-range efforts because they have absolutely no solution to break through either the Danish 6-0 or 5-1 defence as they play it there. And the long-range shooting, frankly, is just not up to scratch. I mean, you're never going to beat Landing with those kinds of shots. He could save them with one hand tied behind his back. Mogensen then down the centre. The wingers are spreading really wide, stretching the Polish defence. Well, the gap's there. You just have to move the ball backwards and forwards, and eventually the defence will be stretched. And Henrik Toft makes it 5 goals without reply. A change for Poland in goal. De Here has gone off, and Piotr Wisomirski, 24-year-old, has come in, plays for Azoty Puławy. That's more like it. Well, if they can't get down the middle, try it on the wing. Kuczynski breaks that run of 5 goals. Quick pass in, and lovely play, grabbed in the air and shot straight away, and they needed that. Having gone 10 minutes without scoring, disastrous spell. So 5 minutes remaining, and let's hope that Poland have got themselves up and running now, because in that 10-minute spell, that barren spell for them, the Danes have taken the initiative. Markussen manages to keep his foot off the ball. It's getting a little bit messy. They sort things out again. Sonogor comes off the leg of Wissormiski. Second goal for Sonogor. And well, Thomas Monsen's looking up at the referee. Has he been sent off? He's going well, and even Wilbeck disbelieving. I mean, that was an attacker's foul. You ran straight into him. Well, the Polish supporters, so many of them, they've been absolutely great, making the journey, and Monsen's back up again, and still unhappy with that being called as a foul against Denmark. So they switch back now, and Bielecki is off, and that's helped a bit to re-inject a bit of power. Michal Jurecki. Second goal for him. 4 minutes to go in the first half. 3 goals in it. Denmark appearing to have the initiative, a 5-goal run during a 10-minute spell when Poland couldn't find the back of the net. But it's still manageable. Markussen, Mogensen, Eggertsen on the line. Free throws being given. Mogensen again, probes the centre. Comes off a defender, picked up by the goalkeeper. They're looking for a quick breakout now. Jurkiewicz, Tkaczyk takes a long shot straight down the middle, and now it's a break for Denmark. They just can't do that. They know how dangerous Denmark are on the break. 3 seconds later, it's a goal down the other end, and they're paying the price. If you're going to shoot, make sure it's a good one. Denmark will live off this all day long if you give them chances like that. 4-goal lead restored with 3 minutes remaining in the first half, and there's not a lot of energy, it seems, in the Polish team. Their head's a bit down, and I think the half-time break can't come soon enough for Bogdan Wenta to have a word with them and fire them up, get them believing again here. Nielsen's pushing a long way forwards into the back, but he's left a space at the back, and that's some holding going on. It's a 2-minute suspension for Lasses van Hansen. Second suspension of the game for some holding. There it is, and he pulls the player to the ground. Shipshak, nice little pass into him. Started dragging him down even before the ball had reached him, but the referee was right there to see it. So a power play situation for Poland, and they really have to try and exploit this and make this count, but they've got to inject a bit of pace. It's lackadaisical at the moment. It's a Sunday stroll. Ah, superb, almost backhanded by Tkaczyk. Number 3. You see it again. Look at that, throwing it backwards almost, couldn't turn. Looks to the referee and says that should have been an infringement as well, individually against the player. Not the way they see it though, and a team timeout's been called by Ulrik Wilbeck for Denmark. And it's only 3 goals in it. At one point they'd opened up a 4-goal lead, Denmark. That said, they'd started from 1 down in that 5-goal run. But still not quite pulling away here. And Paul Spellerberg still not called into the fray yet here today. The experienced back player. For the Polish team, they've got to get some long-range shooting, but they've got to really make sure it counts. They put in a few weak shots, and every time they've done that, they've paid the price, because the fast breaks have just come straight back at them. And if it's not a fast break, then it's a phase 2 attack. That's a recording then of the Polish timeout as we're about to resume play here for Denmark. So we have just over 2 minutes remaining. Denmark attacking short-handed at the moment. Lauge has come back into the centre in place of Mogensen. And interestingly, Toft Hansen, Rene Toft Hansen, the line player, starts on the left wing, then goes in. Lauge, Hansen, into the wing. Oh, tried to spin it underneath. Blocked by Wisomierski. And back come Poland. In fact, Mogensen is still there. He's just shifted across to the right back position. 1.5 minutes to go and 55 seconds on the power play for Poland. Tkaczyk in on the line. Missed out the right back player. Clever play, but Landing is up to it and saves off Kuczynski. Problem at the moment for Poland is they only have a 42% success rate on their attacks. As we see Landin there with his 44% success rate, that's part of their problem. Denmark, for their part, are succeeding on 54% of their attacks. A little switch over as Hansen goes back into the centre. Toft has now gone into the line. They've got no left winger. They're just attacking down the centre with a right wing, trying to stretch as best he can. Ah, beautifully done. Mogensen dummies the pass with a crossover from the wing, but then drives it himself as the gap opens up. Cheap goal given away there by the Poles. Third goal for Mogensen. We have about 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Now they put in a second line player. Denmark at full strength now. Bit of strength. Oh, Landing just kept it out, got his hand to it. Put it onto the post. Hansen tries to have a shot. Well saved. Wisomierski goes for the long pass, but the clock beats him to it. And there is half-time. And Denmark are leading 14-10 thanks to a 10-minute spell midway through the first half when Poland simply couldn't find the back of the net, and Denmark scored 5 without reply to take this match by the neck and shake some life into it. The Poles, they need to be re-energized. They're looking very slack out there. There's no power, there's no explosiveness in their attack at the moment. It's almost as if they've given up on the game already. That's not the case, I'm sure, but none of the players are displaying the characteristics to lift this game, with maybe the exception of Tkaczyk. The statistics show this 57% success rate on the shooting for Denmark, only 50% for Poland, and only a 40% success rate on their attacks full stop, which is simply not enough in a game at this standing, I'm afraid, with so much at stake. Jurecki is the top scorer with 4 for Poland. Mogensen's the best of the Danes with his 3 goals from the back. Scoring fairly well spread out through the team. And the progression chart will show you that 10-minute spell there towards the back end that started in the middle of the game when Poland just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net and Denmark just pulled away with it. Let's see where the goals came from now. And for Poland, well, it's one penalty, and otherwise it's coming straight down the middle or from the left back position. Nothing on the wings and nothing at right back. More to the point, no shots even been taken really from those positions, whereas Denmark, it's all on the right-hand side, on the wing, right back, and then breaking through at 6 meters. So we'll take a short break now for half-time. Denmark leading 14-10 here in Belgrade, but join us again for the second half. We'll see you then.